Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Good National. Okay, that's out of the way. Thank you. So I've been looking forward to saying that. In the lead up, I felt it was going to be kind of cringe, but you know, it just had to be done. We had to say it one time. But don't worry, it is out the way, and we can focus on the game at hand. So yeah, we had a little bit of a wait there. So there is I think it's a 30-second reserve time hit that GUBS Among Us have taken just now. And they also do have a stand-in. And they're up against Radbara guys, who drew their series last week, I believe. And GUBS were able to win 2-0 in their series. So this is kind of a fight for the potential top spot in the group. And we'll see if GUBS can hang on to that. They'll have to win at least one game today, I think, to kind of secure it for themselves. But yeah, should be interesting. Ah, yes. My personal favorite hero in the whole game. A very popular hero recently as well. Usually played in the mid lane, but can kind of play anything from position 2 to 4. You do get some offlane shakers. I think it is not the best offlaner because I think there's so many better options which do similar things or just kind of stronger laners in general. But yeah, that's the response to the shaker, the disruptor, which can be quite a pain if the Static Storm is kind of down in the middle of the team fight and then the shaker can't get into it with the echo. But he does obviously have the Fissure with eventually the shards as well. So yeah, can be in some ways not too bad against Disruptor generally. But yeah, two very solid picks to open up both drafts, I would say, at this point. Looks like some target banning coming up potentially. These aren't like super strong heroes in the meta. I think Medusa first ban's a bit crazy. I think the Prophet makes a bit more sense. Nature's Prophet, one of the most contested heroes in the game right now. Ridiculous stat gain, teleport spell, very strong. And this is another hero which Shaker actually does struggle into very much. Like there's nothing Shaker can do that is good against Clockwork, to be honest. Even throwing a Fissure inside the cogs might not help your teammate who's in there very much. So yeah, the Clockwork pickup is very nice. I think that would have been probably a more accurate ban. But the Venge itself there does offer a bit of a better answer to the Clockwork directly. You could obviously swap the Clockwork out of the cogs, if he's on top of you with Battery Assault. Or you can swap your teammate out. Especially if it's like support Venge, or if you have Ags at that point and don't mind dying. And speaking of dying, there's the Undying. I imagine that could be the support duo. However, I'm a personal believer that Venge is not the strongest pos 4. I think it is just better on 3 or 5 because it doesn't really do anything different at 4 than it would 5. So it's like, why play it? You might get your Ags slightly quicker. But yeah, at that point you may as well just put it on pos 3 and get it nice and quickly and then scale a bit better with your subsequent item build-ups, such as, S and Y and Dragonlance and whatnot. So yeah. Strong heroes. They have picked pretty strong heroes so far, and Darkseer is an interesting one here. Maybe trying to pick it just so it's like a fairly solid lane. So if this is Clockwork 4, which I imagine it is, it's a very nice Ion Shell target and Surge target. However, it is double melee into what is most likely going to be a pos 5 Undying, which obviously does like playing it double melee because there's a good chance you get double decays off. It's hard for him as well to actually kill the Tombstone, obviously without being right up next to it. So yeah, I think Undying could cause some problems, but Clockwork Darkseer is a strong combo in its own right. And Quap is just It's flat out one of the strongest heroes in the game. It lanes nicely against the Earthshaker. You get 2 or 3 points in the dagger, and laning becomes pretty difficult for the Earthshaker, even in very capable hands. So I wonder if they'll move that Shaker to another role potentially. And okay, I'm not sure what they're going to do on the roles. Things look pretty flexy. I don't know who plays what, like what role, what heroes. So yeah, I mean, I think it is good. With the Shaker, it's nice, you know, you have the lockdown, you have damage now as well with the Phoenix. There's no clear egg hitter or tombstone hitter yet, so I'd like to see them ban out a couple of those here. You know, they have 2 ranged heroes in the co-op with the Disruptor, but they don't really like to be clicking eggs and tombstones in the middle of team fights. So yeah, and there's a hero that can deal with them pretty quickly. The Ursa banned out. I do like that. Looks pretty solid. The Razor ban. What could this be leading to? Is it just to protect Darkseer? I feel like Darkseer doesn't really care about Razor though. Like you just, you know, you can surge away, break the link nice and easily. It might be a case of they're wary of someone who's particularly good on that hero. But I would not be jumping to a Razor pick if I were GUBS here, because there's a lot of... The thing is, like, you're playing into Co-op Disruptor. These are heroes that can cause you to get your link broken, either through the glimpse or through, obviously, Co-op's blink, and are also susceptible to magic damage. I think, yeah, the Jug ban makes it a little bit more sense. Disruptor is still kind of okay against Jug, because you can stop him getting that spin-off in the first place with Static Storm. But yeah, I think it does make a bit more sense than the Razor ban. So yeah, pretty standard carries getting banned out though, from both sides. Not an awful lot left in the pool, but I would expect maybe a ranged pause 1 to line up with the Undying into the Darkseer Clockwork. I think playing a melee hero in this lane is going to be very tough. You know, you get double Ion Shelled and ran down very easily if you're in amongst the creep waves, so let's see what they eventually decide on. And again, yeah, they had less reserve time on GUBS, but they were pretty much up on reserves time for about half of the draft, so it hasn't seemed to have affected them very much throughout this. I think I have casted Radbara guys before, but to be honest, I'm not all that familiar with either team, so it's going to be a pretty objective kind of cast. And yeah, we're just going to enjoy it. We're going to enjoy the ride, best of 2. We'll see how we get on, and I'm trying to de-rust a bit. I didn't cast for a few weeks, and it really feels that way. I was casting last night. I don't think I did a very good job of it, so hopefully I can get back in the flow of it today. Terrorblade. I mean, another hero that is very susceptible to getting burst down by magic damage. You get caught in the Clockwork cogs, you can't get out of them. You get caught by Disruptor, like Glimpse back. There's a good chance you just die as well. I think TB has to be very reliant on his team to start the fights, like the big fights, and just farm and get his items. If he's first to show in the team fights, he's probably going to just get deleted. And as for the Drow, it's a good hero, like generally against TV, because her ult obviously will pierce through his base armor, which is really nice, which TB has a lot of. But it has to be said, making a reflection of Drow Ranger is also equally annoying to deal with, because she will do a lot of damage to herself. You know, despite her high armor, she has a ridiculous damage output. So, yeah, bit of a double-edged sword there. And I wonder if they will swap the lanes up between Bird and Inglorious, because I think Clockwork with Drow is a very good lane, and we kind of set Drow up to not ever get ran down. But Disruptor's also, you know, not a bad laner at all in its own right. So we'll see what they decide to do in the lanes. I'm not sure who plays like 4 and 5. So yeah, just going to be feeling our way through this game. That's a pretty good Undying win rate. 14-6 last 20 games. Have a look at any interesting facets that I picked up. I think the first one I noticed is the vantage point for Drow Ranger. I feel like the one that allows you to use the multi-shot while moving is super strong. Like, I think it makes a hero playable anyway. Yeah, I think that one's just better. But, you know, if you get an early shard on Drow, then maybe it's not so bad. But yeah, also the Shaker facet. This was like, people thought this was really good for a while, and I think it got hit by like a subtle nerf, and now it's just like, you should just never take this. I think it makes such little difference. Like 60% of Echo Slam's current echo damage. It's not very much. It's really not very much at all. Having the big stun AoE, aftershock AoE, is kind of ridiculous. I think it is just like a lot better. Yeah, I'm nitpicking, of course, but I'm very much an Earthshaker enjoyer. So yeah, no conflict though for the first rune spawns. Looks like Clockwork is going to be heading top. Yeah, again, it is a nice lane partner with Thomse here on the darks here. And I don't know, I think this TV might struggle a bit once there's like 2 points in Ion Shell. You just won't be able to walk or stand on the lane. Like, TV is quite a low HP pool carry. And early courier snipe. Or bagel consumer. Love that. And it's going to be a Phoenix mid, which is pretty cool. I guess it protects the Earthshaker from getting absolutely destroyed by a Quap as well. So yeah, I can understand that. We'll see if Phoenix is just able to farm away in this lane, not get into too many issues with the Quap, who is a bit of a lane bully. So
it was ready.
As for bottom lane, here's the Shaker offlane. In my opinion, not the strongest role it can be played in, but nonetheless, it is nice to have a Shaker on your team. We got team fight control, and Bagel is going to get pulled back, and the Ion Shell doing so much damage in there. First blood goes to the bird. And we say the early bird catches the bagel. Sponsored by Warburtons, apparently. Excellent. Undying's item build. 4 Sage's Masks. Oh my goodness. We have unlimited mana in this lane. And no stick on Drow Ranger, so not unlimited stacks. Oh, here it comes. It's coming right now. Courier's arriving. There we go. Unlimited 1 stacks. Unless it's in the fog. Love to see it. Thomse now, level 2 Ion Shell. And Gub is forced underneath his tower. I mean, he really is just going to have to play like this. Defensively, as Thomse just begins to run down his Venge. This bird secures Lois and consumes it. Yes, thank you very much. Very tasty. Paradox, surprisingly, 17 and 5 in his Phoenix still, doing a really good job against Squelchy in the early stages of this lane.
Back to the field.
And I think Undying's presence down here has made this lane pretty nice for the Earthshaker. I mean, it's going 12 and 4, pretty much tied up with the Drow, which is better than I would have expected him to do. So, yeah, doing a good job there. Oh, there's the combo. Bird and Thomse get a job done. A couple of voice lines getting dropped as well. Love to see it. Yeah, just so much damage between the two of them with the double ion shells. It's going to be very tricky for them. And yeah, you get caught in the cogs, ion shell on top of you, but doesn't have all that much health to play with, so does have to be a little bit careful. Thomse will also provide the backup, but does get stunned up by the magic missile. Has to surge himself out of there.
Dire's courier has been killed.
As Swedish is taking a beating here, but has dropped the tombstone. Xalipur able to finish him off, but Inglorious will go down to zeerious. And the courier kill as well. They protect the tombstone as well, which is quite a big gold boon. Especially in the laning stage, so... yeah, pretty vital. They got that kill on the disruptor, so they couldn't threaten it. Bit of a go out here, and they're actually between the damage of like the creep wave and the magic missile, just take down Bird very quickly there. Who was the kind of aggressor? But yeah, 6-minute power runes. Gonna be spawning soon. Feels as if whichever mid gets that may be able to kill the other or make a gank in these early stages, but I think also hitting 6 is very important, which Paradox is about to with this range creep. So I guess Squelchy will have to be a little bit careful about playing on the rune. Like if he goes to blink on the rune, Paradox probably could just kill him on the quap, so yeah. They have brought birds here though. Ready to connect if needed. And it is going to be a shield rune bottom. Squelch is going to blink for it, but since it is a shield, should be very much safe. And actually, Phoenix is used the dive, and now Bird forces out the egg. So that's a pretty rough egg usage, first egg usage. Their safe lane will die though. And meanwhile, top, all the kills are happening in every other lane. Thomse has got the damage, double kill for him to kill off both Gub and Bagel by himself, single-handedly, but yeah, Gub able to get that kill just before he died, so not too bad for the TB, who is top of CS as well, so yeah, he's had a decent enough lane, I would say.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Glimpse back. Swedish was ready, hid in the trees defensively, didn't want Inglorious to send him back, and as a result, he might die here. A nice use of the silence though keeps him back from his disruptor, and everybody will survive. Wisdom Runes has just spawned though. Bird looks like he's heading for it, level 3 on the clockwork. Could really do with that. And Swedish just providing more lane pressure, shoving this lane in with a siege creep. Should at some point go and head for the wisdom, but maybe they want to make a play first. Zeerious does have the Echo Slam. They get the Fissure Block onto Xalipur. And they drop the Tombstone as well. They want to dive us underneath the tower. They're going to be TPing down the one. Bird, he wants to connect on this, but he dropped the Echo Slam immediately and blow up Xalipur. Level 2 Enchant Tome is enough damage to deal with it. And this Tombstone is actually doing work as well onto Inglorious, who can't walk up too far. Bird has arrived trying to kill the Tombstone, but it does take a few right clicks to get through it. Finally, Squelchy, who has arrived as well, will clean it up. And now maybe can get the Undying as well, who was able to kill off Inglorious. And maybe Squelchy, who's getting very low. Actually, Squelchy's going to go down. That is a that was. I mean, the creep damage. It was just too much. Too much for the Quap to tank. And yeah, definitely not what he wanted out of that rotation. And looks like Paradox is going to get the haste rune and has egg available. So might see another rotation come out now from the other side. But yeah, very, very tough there. Or Squelching his Quap, who made his first rotation and unfortunately died during it. But nonetheless, Thomse is top of the net worth on his Dark Seers. Had a pretty solid lane. Those 2 kills he got earlier on, solo XP and all, was pretty ideal for him. And Bird sticking around bottom as well means they get another kill. But they have brought a few heroes up to the top lane though to try and deal with his Darkseer, who has had a really, really good game up until this point. Let's see if they can lock him down though. He goes for the TP out. They don't have any cancels though. The swap is not available for the Bagel consumer, and he's just going to get out. So nice play there from Thomse, recognizing he just had to TP play.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, I missed that. I must have used Flash Column at some point. Was that in the engagement when Quap was down here? Maybe it was. Can't remember. Bird is almost level 6 as well, so we'll be able to make a few plays of his own soon. He is wrapping in behind Zeerious here on the Earthshaker, so might be able to set up. He does have the Echo Slam, so they have to be a little bit careful. The glimpse back though on top of the Draw Ranger, steps forward, trying to get some connection with the creep wave. It's stuck inside the cogs though, and he's just going to get continuously stunned up. Bird taking a lot of damage, however, and now they swoop in with Paradox. He's got egg if he needs it, but quickly burns down the Bird, and it's a double kill for the mid laner. Elsewhere though, Thomse able to kill off TV again. And now level 9 on this Dark Series, basically had total free farm and solo XP for the last 5 minutes or so, so he's taking full advantage. But Zeerious, a sub 11 minute Blink Dagger and the tier 1 is pretty impressive as well, as Squelching tries to pressure that mid tower along with Thomse, who's pressuring in the top lane. Yeah, these towers are pretty important, I think, especially against like a TV who wants to sit in jungle and farm his items up. If you can take that away from him early doors, and yeah, they've got the Dawn creep as well on the Darkseer, so that's going to help them pressure lanes even further. Much more safely as well. So yeah, TV's map is going to perhaps start to become very, very small.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, I've rotated a few heroes mid here. Let's see if Zeerious can land the Echo Slam. I mean, under a creep wave, Squelch will be very squishy. So, see if they do go for it. Just have to get the right ability usage, but Inglorious says, yep, no blinking for you. And instead he's actually going to TP top here. They want to kill Bird or Thomse. They're going to go straight on Thomse. A huge Echo Slam. Takes out the creep wave. And just about Thomse in his entirety. But maybe with the Surge he's able to get out of here. Zeerious with no mana now. He's actually going to drop the wall in his retreat. And he might actually just have to walk away here. Does claim the kill for himself as well. They're trying to arrive on some more heroes to connect. But that was a nice go out there onto Thomse, but just didn't have the damage. That's all. Did not have the damage to finish him off. He's very tanky on this Darkseer. Yeah, a little bit surprised it didn't stick around mid. Instead it's going to be Swedish trying to defend it with this Tombstone. Doesn't want to give out that mid tower.
Dire are scanning.
Thomse is not showing many signs of fear here. You know, just 3 heroes hanging around next to him. He'll just surge himself out, playing with fire. And instead they make the go out mid here onto Swedish. Drop the Sonic Wave as well. Hook shot was on point. Running him under the tower now. Bird is going to be able to clean him up though in time because the tower is hitting into him and the swap back is going to prevent any more damage from the Clockwork and the Quick Deny as well. So very nice trade out and they keep that middle tower alive. Very good stuff. And it has to be said though, despite a couple of deaths on TV, he is second on net worth, 6k gold at this point. Going for the Manta style first, and yeah, has somewhat recovered quite nicely. Had decent CS, into the solo darks here, so not too bad at all. They do have this nice warden though, on GUBS, so I'm seeing a lot of those jungle movements. Could make some plays down there. They do have Echo Slam up with the Blink Dagger, and they'll find a D ward as well. So if they can look to play around this mid lane, I think they'll be in a good spot. And they are flying out the smoke off to see now. It's going to be Radiant's first time on Paradox. Doesn't look like it's going to be too shabby a time either. Enough gold for a relic. And here's a smoke up, so yeah, they want to find something pretty juicy, I think. It might be the Draw Ranger they're looking to find. Who is, the second highest net worth on the Radiant side. And I think they just about dodge that scan there. Oh, they'll land the next one. Yeah, really nice scans, really good map and game awareness to know they're going for this play. They're not defending their mid tower, they must be elsewhere. Very, very nice move from Radbara, and you can see even Xalipur heading through his base. Like he's like, yeah, I'm not getting caught by this gank. It's so vital that I don't go down. Just waste their time. They're looking for me, as Thomse will collect the middle tower. But they might look to make a go out though. The glimpse back onto Phoenix will prevent anything from him for now. They drop the tombstone, however, and do land a nice fish here on the backside. Bird walking up now. Static Storm though stops a lot of this damage, and now they pull them back into it. Squelching's arrived as this Draw Ranger, and they're dropping all the abilities. They've killed off Undying, and they've almost killed off Shaker. Can they delete the egg though? It's almost going to go down. It is going to go down. So it's just the two supports for the mid laner and the Undying. So a pretty nice exchange there for Radbara, guys. And actually, they're going to kill the Shaker as well. Double kill for Squelching, but he has to be careful though. He's getting clicked down by Bagel Consumer. He's not going to go down though. Thomse put a double. And a 4 for, what, 1 in the end? And somehow Squelch is going to live. Absolutely huge there. Absolutely huge. Really nice plays there from Radbara, guys. Just bringing the numbers when they needed them most. Made it a 5v4. And some really nice spell usage. I think that Static Storm really messed with them when they were trying to aggress kind of underneath the tower. And then, yeah, the double vacuum. Egg goes off. It looks a bit dangerous, a little bit sketchy with that egg in play, but nonetheless able to finish it off before too much damage was done. And they get the extra kill onto the Earthshaker at the end. So yeah, big plays, and results in a bit of a net worth swing. Zeerious is looking for something here though. He still does have the Echo Slam, but it's a bit of an awkward Fisher to play around. They will swap back onto the correct side of it though, and try and kill off Thomse. Just drop the Echo Slam, get him down. He needed to die, no matter what. And yeah, about 1,000 gold for that singular kill. Might be able to look for more here as well. Oh, Wave of Terror, not gonna quite catch on to Inglorious. Just riding his way out of there. Collects Lotus on the way out. So, potentially trying to continue this, kind of roll it into an extra kill. I wonder if Radbara will be savvy to this though. This is a little bit of a more interesting move. It's just farming away on Xalipur though. Staying out of harm's way. Alright, so TPing down here on Thomse. Maybe he smells something's up here. I mean, I don't know if Darkseer's the one they want to catch out first without the Echo Slam. Now, Paradox does have the egg to play what they're doing. All the damage they can inside of these cogs now, as Bird has swooped in, and zeerious just caught out a little bit too far, overstepped the mark. Swedish has arrived with the Tombstone, but as has Xalipur with all of that physical damage to cut through Undying, who does have the mechanism to be fair. He is pretty tanky, but a glimpse back will probably seal his fate here. If they did have an Echo Slam and an alive Earthshaker there, that could have been a pretty big one. But, yeah, instead, quick couple of kills for Radbara, whose map movements have looked very solid so far, has to be said. Yeah, it looks very tough to fight into this team. And I think that is somewhat credit to the way they've drafted. Like, they have the Clockwork giving vision. They have Thomse who can man up and take, you know, the kind of initial hit for an enemy team. And then they have things like the Glimpse Back and the Static Storm to disrupt during the fights. It's just, these three heroes are very nice together, I think. They complement each other in these sorts of engagements. And it feels as if GUBS have to basically have great ability usage in order to win a team fight at this point. It feels like they just need a little bit more farm. And it's going to be the Vlad's getting picked up on Bagel Consumer, interestingly enough. I don't know, personally when I'm playing Bench, I just go for Aghanim Scepter. Like, that's the only item that matters to me. I think it was one of the best Ags in the game. And yeah, can definitely get away with going it first, in my opinion. But you know, Vlad's helps out your TB. The thing is with the Vlad's though, it's only going to be helping out TB. There's nobody else really doing all that much right clicking. The armor's decent, I suppose. Buckler against Drought.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, zeerious has just got that BKB queued up, but his Radiant is completed for Paradox now. Thomse is quite far up here, has a couple of teammates off to the side. They're going to swap back underneath the tower though and get the chain stuns onto him as well. Taking so much damage, they finally come in the pipe, keeping Thomse alive somehow. They're turning it, they've dropped the Static Storm, and in comes Bird as well with his cogs and everything. They've dropped the egg in order to get something out of it, but it might just be Bird. So, using a lot there, and not getting Thomse, who's... Yeah, that completed pipe is just... That was just the difference maker. He was so low, but managed to somehow get it off, get the surge away. Bird pays with his life, but most importantly, keeps Thomse alive. But for the first time, he has been overtaken on net worth, as Gub is now starting to rack in the farm. He's, wait, he's going Ags? Ags, there we go, okay. Utility TV, by the looks of things. I think this is usually like a fourth or a fifth item, maybe. And some games, you wouldn't even look at this item. So, yeah, pretty interesting pickup. We'll see if he can make something off it. And zeerious gets a jump out onto Thomse. They really want to try and kill this Darkseer, but he is just so tanky to swoop it in now with Paradox. Has to be careful, it does not have the egg. Inglorious has been left rather alone, though. Should be able to pick him up, but yeah, Thomse somehow survived again. Just about. The Blink Dagger should be okay. So let's have a look. Yeah, Squelching is trying to complete the Sergeant Kayak. Pretty big, big item for the Quap. Wonder whose shard we're going to get here. There's a few good ones, and that is a very good one, actually. On the bench, the double magic missile. Very, very nice. Definitely see that coming into play. Squelching is quite aggressive here. He's been actually trapped right in the corner. You're going to blink out, but Bagel Consumer was poised and ready for that blink. Nice plays there. As Bird as well, does have the Glimmer Kit, trying to get himself away. The hook shot actually going to go off the mark because the camp is dead. You can blame probably Xalipur for that one. And a quick couple of kills there on the Quap. And Clockwork. Very nice stuff. Some good map movements coming out now from GUBS. So 17 kills to 18, 3k net worth advantage going to GUBS among us, but I think it's pretty even at this point as they TP down on Zeerious. He's gonna get glimpsed back though. Inglorious, not wasting any time getting rid of that Earthshaker. He should be able to get away as everybody else had a 5-second TP. Gonna try for it, but maybe connecting actually on Zeerious, so despite the glimpse back, still able to somehow get to this fight. Does not have much mana to play with though. And but the Undying was going for a little venture. Finds 3 enemy heroes, so. And next item for TV looks to be this Scatty. I think something like Butterfly could be pretty nice this game against Drow. But yeah, Scatty will make him nice and tanky. Orchid queued up on the Clockwork. I'm a big Orchid enjoyer. It's going to be nice against Phoenix, but he does have Yule, to be fair. And Shaker is going for the BKB, so I think these would be like the 2 ideal targets to aim for with the Orchid. But they will have their own way to purge off, so yeah, should be notable pickup for birds, but enemy team do have ways of dealing with it. Upper's got himself Ags now as well. It's pretty nice. If he's able to get a lot of right clicks off in the team fights. Which so far, it looks like she has been on the Drow. They've done a good job setting her up for success, mainly with Bird just going in with the hook shot. So he's just going to walk straight into Bagel Consumer, get the hook shot, and him trapped inside the cog. So Ben just going down. There's not going to be him up for this fight. The Tombstone as well is probably just going to go down as well. They're spread apart. It's kind of hard to land an Echo Slam. He is walking in though. Might try and get onto the backside of things. But no, it's actually a 3-man vacuum. They drop the Echo just on all the illusions, but they're piped up, so they're actually just living through it. They've lost 2 already. The supports have gone down. TB as well. Tries for the TPL. Is going to get there somehow in time, but everybody else is going to go down despite that. So, yeah, the 3-man vac wall combo. Absolutely devastating. And yeah, not sure how you can win your team fight. I think Earthshaker's blink was he was walking in there. He didn't have the blink dagger up. Was on cooldown, and yeah, just couldn't get an angle for a slam. Unfortunately, as on little mini cam here, they are kind of looking here. Might bump into DB, who has walked up rather on his own. So he is fighting up against Thomse right now. Has to back away, gets swapped back to safety, glimpsed back into danger, and yeah, they're gonna find the kill onto him. Really nice spell usage from Radbara, who are looking for more, but it looks like they're very low on the Earthshaker here, who is getting clicked down by Bird and Inglorious, the 2 supports getting it done on the backlines, as now they will try and connect with this big tanky Undying. He's got Greaves. Obviously it feels pretty strong, but there is a 5v3 at this point. Let's see, Paradox, he's got the egg. Stun onto Thomse here, holding him back. A 3-man vacuum again. The Sonic Wave onto 2 as well. So much damage coming out. They're dealing with these heroes really nicely. They drop the egg, but Drow Ranger is going to be able to cut through that nice and quickly. And it's a quick double kill for Squelching as well. Huge team fights back to back for Radbara, guys. And yeah, it just looks very, very hard to stop them now. Had to expend a lot to try and keep their TB alive, and as a result, yeah, just very, very difficult to turn that team fight. And I don't think the slam was up yet, still on cooldown, so one of their main teamfight things. Ideally, they want to like drop the egg and drop the slam roughly at the same time, so they can lock people down while the egg's burning them down. But unfortunately, they just haven't been able to land that combo yet. It is a little bit of a difficult one. Mentioned earlier, like it feels like they have to target their cast their spells very, very well in order to win a team fight. And as these items roll in, like Drow Ranger has Satin Yasha, Dragonlance, the Ags, she's actually very tanky on this Drow. So if you're not committing a lot of spells for her, then she is just going to live through it and be able to click you from afar. So yeah, just a pretty hard game for him to play into. And I think Thomse on the Darks here has been the standout so far. Very, very impressive stuff. A lot of big vacuums. And yeah, I think the item progression as well has been very good. Pipe and Greaves. Actually, didn't realize he had Greaves as well, but yeah, just super tanky. Able to live through a lot of the initiations. It's level 18 now, so yeah, level 3 Walt. Very nice against the TV, making an illusion of the TV is like kind of crazy. 105% damage. But yeah, they are stepping up here, Zeerious. I don't know, I'm not sure who has to be careful here. Might be the Earthshaker. I would say it's Thomse, but you know, he seemed to live through every single team fight so far. They are waiting in the wings. They are smoked up on GUBS. Just waiting for him to walk into them, perhaps. Trying to slow down this push with the illusions, but somewhat able to repel it for now. You have to catch the right target first. It's going to be Bird. They look to on the sidelines. Earthshaker, though, he does not have BKB yet, so he's going to have to suffer through that silence. And the Stag Storm onto 2 here as well. Phoenix getting burned down. And actually, Bird goes down. They drop the Echo Slam, but I think it's somewhat off the mark, though. Stuns coming out, trying to find a little bit more. Xalipur backing away. Our egg has been dropped, but they do just have to run from it. Oh, look at all these zombies hunting them down. They are really hunting him at this point. Squelching thinks he can turn, though. He's got the Arcane Rune. He's got the Ags as well. Very strong on this Quap at this point. But they are just safely able to disengage. After not expending all too much of their own, they used the wall and the Static Storm. But on the other side, they did use pretty much everything in their arsenal. I think Shaker's Blink must have been cancelled there, trying to go in. But yeah, we'll have the BKB completed, hopefully, for the upcoming fight. Make this game a little bit easier. It's back. Onto Gub. Is able to just back away somewhat. But this tower looks pretty dead. They are TPing down on the Shaker, but he's actually blinking forwards here. Really aggressive move, trying to get something done. A swap back as well onto Xalipur, but he's just got the Hurricane Pike away. The laser beam is hitting onto Bird here, who is melting with all of that damage. Is going to get cut down, but as is Vengeance, now he has to be careful on Gub because he's super low. Has his swap off the HP. He's got to get it onto Thomse. Can they bring him down though? They are for the first time in a long time. Xalipur manning up against everybody here. Squelching puts himself in harm's way, is able to live through it somewhat, might have to blink up in time to get out of there, and most importantly, Xalipur lives and is dealing all of this damage from the high ground now. That facet dealing so much, it's going to be a rampage for Xalipur. The explosion of the Ags, going to kill everybody off. Huge plays, huge turn there. Squelchy really putting his body on the line to protect his Drow Ranger, and they're able to win the team fight as a result. Xalipur does go down with his dying breath, but a huge turnaround in that team fight. It looked like it could have gone either way, but yeah, they just managed to allow this Drow to get so much off. She looked dead. She looked totally dead in the middle of everybody there. Gets the Hurricane Pike out. Really nice move. And then, yeah, it just rains down death from above with that vantage point facet. And a huge rampage for Xalipur, and that was I felt like that was a really crucial team fight in this game. I mean, that was big netward swing, and felt like they really had to take that chance on GUBS because they'd been kind of hard done by, it feels like, with their previous goes. Not quite able to kill people off in time. But there they were, you know, they killed off Darkseer at the beginning. It was looking pretty good. And then Drow looked very stuck, but yeah, just couldn't finish her off quickly enough before she could do her thing. Yeah, huge plays. Very nice game, to be fair, so far. 30 minutes in, and over 50 kills. Neither team seems particularly shy. Zeerious has the Ags queued up. Must want to get on top of Drow. This is my kind of build on our shaker when I would, you know, not so much recently. I've been going for the Kaya Yasha. I've been enjoying that. But yeah, we go like a BKB, then Ags, then like Satanic or something ridiculous. Just go all in on the right click. Usually I'd play it out for the mid lane though. I think off lane is a bit hard, get a little bit less farm, a little bit less levels. Yeah, it's going Heart on Phoenix. We're gonna have a lot of health anyway. I think I would like to see maybe a Shivas. It's just really good with your own magic damage, with the shaker damage as well, and then the attack slow and all the bonus armor as well. It's very nice against the Drow. They're respecting the Thorm. There it is. Time to perfection. And what is this Undying? Is this like the one that you can save a teammate? Yeah, you bunkered him inside the tombstone. Very, very nice. Very nice facet, can be super helpful. There's a few heroes up here, there's no Quap though, so I do have to be a little bit careful. Orchid queued up for Bagel Consumer, no interest in going for the Ags. Suppose there is no Purge on the Quap, so could come into play, potentially. Going the BKB though on Squelching. I think that is a wise decision, just in case you get chain stunned. And yeah, it has been surviving pretty nicely. Only 2 deaths on this Quap so far. Living through a lot. We know with the Ags and the Sanjin Kaya just gives you. Oh! Hang on, Zeerious. Just gonna blink into all these heroes here. Gonna pop the BKB, try and get his way out of here, but the right click damage is just gonna be too much. Squelching finishes him off on the sidelines though. Bird has gone down to this TB. They're dropping all their spells though. They're in a very confined space. Let's see if they can bring them down though. Phoenix is gonna go down before getting the egg off. They buy back on the Earthshaker, trying to come back into this one, but TB's gone down as well. So it's gonna be a couple of double kills picked up. And now they might even look to go high ground potentially. Yeah, just unfortunately for Zeerious, blinking into a few too many heroes. Has used the buyback, has to be very careful. It feels like even if you have to give up this set, maybe if you die on the Shaker, it's going to be very, very difficult to fight this one. And Xalipur, yeah, he's just going to deal with that Tombstone. Oh, they're actually going to make a blink out, but only kill off the creeps, surely. I mean, the creeps are dead, but so are you. So, yeah, it looks like the Rax is definitely going to go down now. 70 seconds with no Shaker. pretty big moment in this game. That was... It's going to be very hard for GUBS now. Gotta let this set go. Paradox there, not able to get the egg off, most importantly. Oh, Thomse got his eggs. He's gonna be sucker punching people. Bonking them on the head. And Inglorious, he has the Ags queued up. I love this Disruptor Ags. I think it's truly, it's up there with the Venge Ags for impact. I think this can seriously turn a game on its head, but to be fair, they're already heading in the right direction. Aegis picked up for Xalipur, who has the butterfly as well, so a lot of TB's damage is going to be negated. And actually going for a defensive item next on the TB, so isn't going to have really all that much damage output anyway with the BKB kit up. And hang on a minute. Okay, never mind. He was in a creep camp. I think he had like minus 60 damage or something on TV. I was worried. Oh. No, there's no way. He's got the greedy enchantment on the TV. He's definitely going to be doing no damage. He's got to go and upgrade this neutral right now. Honestly, like, that is genuinely game losing. It's crazy. Like minus 60 attack damage is genuinely game losing. He has to go and get another neutral item. It's super bad. It's very, very bad. Yeah, go find a creep camp. Honestly, you've got to go. Not like this. Not like this, Gub. And meanwhile, they're going to start on the bottom racks, however. Xalipur not afraid with that Aegis now, just standing up on the cliff. And... oh, the hook shot going to thread the needle and hit nobody. And he's just trying to run out the base through the little gate here. Swap back onto Xalipur though. Is being stunned up underneath the tower, taking a lot of damage, and that is going to be the first light off Xalipur. And he's got to be careful. He's got Hurricane Pike up in a few seconds. Can he get out of this when they drop the Static Storm? Is it the Ags upgraded version? It is indeed. So they can't get anything off, including the BKB on the Shaker. He's probably just going to go down here. He finally gets it off, but the right clicks come through from Squelching to clean him up. The high ground now is possibly in a bit of jeopardy as all of these heroes still pushing forward. They've dropped the egg, they've dropped the tombstone, trying to hold them back somewhat. Stargazer is able to do so with a little bit of side support with the Metamorphosis, but yeah, just they lose their Shaker. They've used pretty much everything. I wonder if they'll look to go back in here. Xalipur looks like he's thinking about it. BKB picked up for the TV. They do have hook shot. It's probably the best way to try and enter, but looks like they just want to chill. Shaker spawning soon. BKB completed for Squelch, you know. Actually very farmed on all three Radiant cores. Pretty evenly distributed as well. Inglorious has been pretty annoying with these glimpses, to be honest. This is why this hero is so strong. Glimpse is just an excellent spell, and yeah, having the Ags on Disruptor there, I think it caught them by surprise there in that team fight. We're not ready for that one. I think he just wanted to stand on top of Drow Ranger when she respawned on the Shaker. Cast the abilities, keep her locked down. You know, cast BKB if need be. Well, you couldn't do either of those things, not with a Static Storm down. So they weren't able to kill off Drow for a second time, which would have been a very big kill. Would have been very big. To check. Alright, he's not killed a neutral creep camp yet. Can't get a neutral upgrade. I mean, maybe it was wise to go greedy. Maybe he knew he wasn't going to be able to farm any creeps. So, you know, he's not hitting anything. Why bother with anything else? But they are just, at this point, keeping them closed into their base. They're not making any unnecessary moves. on Radbara. Just kind of extending their net worth lead. They have smoked up on their own high ground here. Potentially looking for a quick pick. They drop the scan. Bird looks like it's going to be the first one to connect onto. Let's get a Glimmer Cave off very quickly though. Do they have vision for detection? He's kind of just going to fly away up the hill. So, unfortunate go out there to find the clockwork of all heroes. Instead, Squelching, zeerious rather, is going to get glimpsed back. Drops the BKB nice and early and make sure he gets it off. And actually Thomse thing, beaten down here, is going to go down, and Squelching blinks in. Has to be a little bit careful. He turns with a blade build though, and it's actually going to push them almost out of the static storm. They do somewhat survive on TP for now. The backline double echo slam is going to land though, and they killed off Quap as well, which is absolutely huge for this game. Xalipur was bottom, killing off the melee barracks, so they do claim that for themselves. But a few kills here going the way of GUBS, and yeah, despite losing the rack trade, I think they may take that at this point. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. That Rax was probably going to die anyway, but yeah, they need these kills. They're very, very valuable. You can see there it's like a 4k gold swing from that engagement. So, yep, and potentially a chance for Gub to kill a creep camp, get rid of this thing, and be super strong. Because now, yeah, he's going that MKB. He's going to have a lot more damage. Yeah, they do have to come out here with about 4 or 5 sentry wards, just make sure everything is safe and ready to go. Clean up their triangle and whatnot. Right now they are seeing all of the movements with this nice ward. Oh my goodness, thank you for the raid. Thanks guys. Appreciate it. See if I can type in Twitch chat. Here we go. Yeah, can you get a song request? Well, I mean, maybe. Depends what the song is, because I think I'll end up getting kicked off Twitch or something, depending on the song. But Inglorious is going to be kind of alone here. It gets swapped back. Samus as well has all of the save items to play with, but nonetheless, with that dust, should be able to kill him off. Bird has arrived, but I think was spotted by Gub there. So yeah, quick kill on Disruptor, who is actually, you know, is level 23 on the Disruptor. Look how much XP he just handed over. Like 4,000 XP for Disruptor. Ridiculous. Along with like 1,200 gold. Very, very valuable Disruptor at this point in the game. Again, yeah, they'll take what they can get. I think, are they going to get the Tormentor? Who will this go to? Anybody not got there as TV? For the Demon Zeal? Nope, it's going to be Phoenix. I think this is also a pretty good shard. Means you don't have to be too worried about having to press your egg prematurely. You can still get that laser beam off. Should be very nice for TV to fight under, because he does have a rather large health pool. Thank you, Flowzone, for the raid. Appreciate that. Hope the games are there were nice and entertaining. This one, it looks like it may drag a little. We're going to see a Roche spawn shortly. In a minute or so. And that'll be the banner Roche. Second Roche of the game. So, we'll see if they can take down the last lane of barracks. And, oh, did they get that smoke off in time? I'm not sure. They might know about this. Not pinging it out yet, Bird. quite aggressively forward, as is Thomse. Using that creep, making use of that creep to farm. Oh, Inglorious is going to break the smoke onto the backlines. Immediately goes the Earthshaker, gets the Fisher off in time, and going to dodge the hook shot as well. So a few spells being missed here by Radbara, guys. They are turning with all that Drow Ranger damage, though. Trying to kill off Zeerious. They will find him on the sidelines. He's got buyback to play with if he needs it. And Undying, manning up into everybody now. Stargazer as well, in amongst everything, trying to kill off Xalipur. They're onto the backlines, onto the Drow Ranger. The egg goes off on his side. He's got to stun up Squelching, but he goes in on top of the TP. That's not the hero he should have gone for. He's just going to get clicked down, and as is Bird. So Squelching and Bird gonna go down now, but Drow Ranger from the low ground doing so much damage. He's got the swap. Oh, can he get it off in time? The Fisher gonna block him, but yes, he does get it off. Tom's gonna get ran down now, perhaps. Does have the surge to get himself back to safety. Zeerious, who bought back in the fight. Crucial there with that Fisher to allow his TV to get that Sunder off. And yeah, another good team fight for GUBS. Looked a little bit shaky with the Earthshaker going down at the beginning, but yeah, TV damage at this point. He does not have greedy anymore. He's got bonus attack speed and range instead, so yeah, he is definitely someone you have to be careful of in these team fights, especially when he has about 7 illusions doing ridiculous damage. So yeah, nicely played. They're gonna ease it into the Roshan pit now, and they're gonna claim that for themselves, which it feels like it was pretty important to do. They might try and steal it on Thomse, to be fair. Roshan's gonna roar. Hang on, Aegis is down. There we go. Okay, right. Thomse did use his Blink Dagger beforehand, but you know, the vacuum play was nice, really nicely timed actually. Doesn't get the kill on Roshan, but potentially could have gone for the snipe there. But yeah, it feels like with a banner and an Aegis on Drow, the game would just be over. I mean, at least the Negus would be secured. It's just so hard to deal with. And finally, the Bagel consumer is going to be building Ags. After building the key items, the core items of, you know, Vlad's Pike and Orchid. But yeah, finally going to be picking up the all important Ags. And Phoenix got the refresher queued up. I quite like that. Should be nice in these longer fights. And in spite of the Aegis on TV, they are taking a smoke up here on Radbara. They want to try and make it go out, try and catch someone off guard. Shieldrun is up on this. Oh, he gets a double! The hook shot onto Tukir. Zeerious going to get clicked down, so die back on him. They drop the Static Storm as well. Can they kill off Phoenix in time? Yes, they can. Inside that Static Storm, and now TV, GUB, he's trying to run away. He's got the BKB to play with. He's running his little ass out of there. He has to, trying to get away from Bird, but he does drop the cogs. Not going to be caught inside it though. So he does make an escape up to the high ground. Let's see if they can hold it though, with only 3 heroes alive currently, even with the Aegis in hand. It could be very, very difficult as Xalipur just going to take these buildings very, very quickly. Thomse disrupting again on the backlines. Xalipur steps up here, buyback from Phoenix on Squelching. He's going in, the 2 supports getting very low, drops the Sonic Wave, is going to kill them both off. And the Aegis gets popped, and did he use meta? No, he didn't. He still has meta available, but it's going to be a 2v5, or rather a 3v5, due to Swedish having his passive up and ready to go. Punch, it isn't going to land on real TB, however. Paradox does get caught, has the Rod of Atos, holds back Bird for now. Silence as well though. Birds it off with the Yule, but the Mega Creeps have been claimed. Are they looking for maybe a little bit more though? As they're clicking down Swedish, he is going to die here. 2 Xalipur's damage. Big streak for him as he's now hitting for 500 on the towers. He drops Static Storm. Oh, Phoenix, he's been caught inside the middle of it. Can he get off to the north? No, he can't. He's get pulled back into it with the vacuum. He's silenced as well, subsequently by the Quap Blink. But no, he does finally get the egg off, but he's in between all of these heroes. They can just kill him off easily. They get a swap back onto Bird, but it's not going to matter though. The Ancient is falling. It's a wicked 6 streak for Xalipur, and good game is finally called. 18-3 on the Drow Ranger. They get it done. Radbara guys looking very solid in this game. I mean, all the way throughout. Yeah, seriously, well played from Radbara guys. I think that was really impressive through the laning stage and through the early game, because there were some map movements which, you know, they're trying to make on GUBS with the Earthshaker blink and whatnot, and they just seem to read it every single time. And don't worry, there is a delay on the stream. Nobody's sniping. It is just pure game sense. So yeah, really nicely played by Radbara, guys. And yeah, I mean, a long game though, and I think that with a couple of draft tweaks, I think you don't give them Clockwork and Disruptor, and this game's a bit different. To be honest, I think they had huge impact throughout. Just seriously well played by the support duo. And maybe just give yourself an easier time. Give yourself an easier draft to execute. The Phoenix Earthshaker is quite tricky to land all of your spells, you know, really well. And unfortunately, they missed out on a few kills on Thomse in the early engagements, who was very slippery on his Darkseer. But yeah, that's gonna be game one. Radbara, guys, leading the series 1-0, and we'll be back shortly for game two of the best of two.
10
Hello everyone,
seconds remaining.
and welcome back to Game 2 of Radbara, guys,
5 seconds
versus
remaining.
GUBS Among Us. Radbara
Radiant team
fairly convincingly won Game 1 with a pretty solid strategy of let Thomse tank every single ability in the book, and we'll win the team fights. Shout out to Bird as well for killing himself about 6 times in order to get his team the team fight dub. Just going in on the clockwork, which has
5 seconds.
immediately been banned out from GUBS. They don't want to see that again. And
Dire team pick.
yeah, I think GUBS' performance was like nonetheless pretty good. They made the right plays. I think Radbara were just a step ahead of them though, in a couple of aspects. So let's see what else they change throughout the draft. I
10
think that's the same bans coming out from Radbara.
5 seconds remaining.
So yeah, should be interesting. See what they
Radiant
change
team pick.
and what they keep the same. So first new hero, it's the ogre. Pretty tonky lane bully.
Dire team ban.
Witch Doctor.
Okay, potentially 4 or 5. It may be Bird's backup hero potentially. I don't know, but seeing the clockwork banned out and then they immediately pick Witch Doctor.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they picked Disruptor first last time after
5
seeing.
seconds remaining.
Oh goodness, what was it?
Dire team ban.
My mind has gone blank. Oh well. Whatever it was, they saw a hero, and then they picked Disruptor. So yeah, maybe that was they just don't want to play the same hero twice. Play Witch Doctor instead,
10
potentially.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Drag on Solid Stream and had to click on it. Yeah, indeed, you had to. You had no other option. Oh, this is a rarity. Friday night stream. Who plays on a Friday night? Like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I here? I should be out gallivanting somewhere. But instead, we're all here, and I respect it. I respect it. I respect all of you. Friday night gooning, internationaling. Yeah, so GUBS, they ban out their Shaker, and maybe they picked it last time in order to block someone from picking it. And Shadow Shaman, so plenty of lockdown for Radbara.
Ten seconds remaining.
Couple of cool supports.
5 seconds remaining.
Also nice, just generally for pushing. Shaman is a very nice pusher. Witch Doctor does not do very much of that, so yeah. Wouldn't say it's the worst support combo in the history of support combos. See what they want to pair up the ogre with.
Dire team pick.
Okay, potentially a pretty flexy hero. Most likely on a core role. But yeah, big teamfight brute. This might be Zeerious' style, either the Earthshaker or the Magnus or something. Or maybe the Primal. Quite possibly. Both of these heroes can be flexed, mid or offline, so who knows what they are really planning. I'm in the dark.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds
But
remaining.
yeah, they do have plenty of ways to cancel both the Shackles and the Death Ward, so that is pretty much taken care of. Probably just need a little bit more damage now on GUBS, I would suggest, and they're good to go. As for Radbara, I actually think they do have plenty of damage between these two heroes. So maybe just a little bit more frontline required, though, if you want to have Witch Doctor nice and safe in the backside. And that is a pretty big frontline tank they've got themselves there. I'm guessing it's an offlane Undying. I can't imagine Witch Doctor or Shadow Shaman being in a core role. So yeah, offlane undying. Very interesting.
Team pick.
And they've just picked another offlaner. So so yeah, maybe it's pause 1 Underlord, perhaps. Have seen it before. I think it is pretty
10 seconds.
good in certain games and pretty atrocious in most games.
5 seconds remaining.
But yeah, to be fair, the route is pretty annoying for Magnus and Primal to play into. These are big tanky heroes that want to move around the team fight freely somewhat and get on top of people. Underlord does negate quite a lot of that. So yeah, I guess there's that. And two very tanky heroes they picked, and as I mentioned, GUBS don't really have all that much damage yet, so I would really expect a good target for maybe both Empower and Bloodlust potentially. Juggernaut is in the pool. I think he is a pretty good shout here for GUBS. As pretty much, you know, most of the abilities that Radbara have so far will be completely negated by the spin. But yeah, not much time left on the clock though. It's ticking down. Up against the wall here. They want to make a good solid pick on 18.
Dire team ban.
Venomancer.
Okay. What do I know about this hero? I think most people play it as pause 4. I think it is a better pause 3 than it gets credit for though. I think this is kind of
Radiant team ban.
a bit of a lane dominator once you get to a certain point on Veno. Provided they don't have ways of dispelling your spells and magic damage. Because eventually you get enough points in your rewards that you just
Radiant team
shove the
ban.
lane in underneath the tower. And then you can take the safe lane tower by like 7 or 8 minutes. Like very, very early. With 2 or 3 points in your wards. So
Dire team ban.
yeah, but I imagine it's going to be pause 4 in this case. And Radbara, they banned out the Razor, and yeah, I think they banned that last game as well. So
10 seconds
must be some kind of comfort pick, I'm guessing. And then they banned out the Juggernaut.
5
Yeah,
seconds
I think it
remaining.
is a very good Jug ban. And Lifestealer is already gone, so yeah. In fact, there's loads of carry heroes being banned out here, to be fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if you count Weaver. Crazy. How many bans do you even get? 3, 7 each. So 9 of the 14 bans are on pause 1 heroes. Very interesting.
Seconds remaining.
So yeah, not a lot of choice remains. Magnus could be a pause 1, to be fair. $15 seconds left on the clock though. They've got to make their minds up. And it's going to be a Ricky. Okay. I mean, it could ruin Witch Doctor and Shaman's day, to be fair. I think, though, Underlord, I don't think he really cares about Ricky. Like, you just plonk down your root, and suddenly you're very sad on a Ricky. So, Inglorious pause 5 Witch Doctor, Bird pause 4 Shaman, Xalipur with the mid Venge, I'm guessing. And Avenging Missile asset. I imagine that may be changed for Soul Strike. Yep, there it is. Wait, sorry. I'm talking nonsense. Xalipur is pause 1. Okay, everybody calm down. It's a mid undying. Calm down, guys. Hello, Mr. Click. Hope you're having a good evening. Oh, thank you, Soothing. Hope your D&D session was good. And Dragon, hope you're having a mediocre evening and your drink is cold. Actually, yeah, my drink is cold. So, yeah, appreciate that. And as for mediocre, I mean, this is as mediocre as it gets. This is the Good International here. Jesus, honestly. I'm just kidding. We had a very fun game one. Rampage for a Draw Ranger and all that. So, yeah, was a good time. But yeah, these drafts are really interesting. I'm not gonna lie, like I have no idea who's won the draft. I think this is just like a collection of heroes. Mid Undying is something I haven't seen much of, but I know it can like tempo a game very, very hard. Thomse on the offlane Underlord should be pretty nice to make some map movements, like if the Shaman were to find, you know, a shackle target somewhere deep in the enemy team's wilderness in the jungle. You know, you're on top with the Underlord, connect with your support. So yeah, let's have a little look at some more facets. Malpractice on Witch Doctor is my preferred one personally. Quite like this one rather than the split shot of the Death Ward. I feel like you just don't ever get all that much value out of it. We got a big, massive, humongous Serpent Ward on the Shaman. You love to see it. Taking mitts on I'm dying. Is this what you normally go for? Like generally, like I know it's probably different on core to support, but I'm trying to think what is the support one, if it is something else. Not sure. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. Wait, hang on. Plague Carrier.
30 seconds to
Oh no, I think this is the one you normally go for. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay. We're all good. We're all good. It's really testing my memory on what we'll build, what we will go. So yeah, and again, both teams very honestly avoid each other. Just want their two bounty runes. Yeah, we'll see how this goes though, because yeah, Radbara able to read those early map movements, but in the last game, but maybe they make some changes, and they have made a change actually. It's going to be zeerious in mid lane this time around. So yeah, first bit of change. So a double strength melee lane in the mid lane should be rather uneventful, I'd imagine. I think Squelching should be able to survive the tramples, generally speaking. But yeah, we'll see how that does play out. As yeah, Maldic actually doing a hell of a lot of damage. Inglorious might just claim the first blood tier for himself, and it's going to pop and almost kill Paradox as well. So yeah, nice play by the Doctor there. For any Doctor Who enjoyers, stick in chat who your favourite Doctor is, as in the actor or actress. I believe there has been one or two female Doctors. Squelching underneath the tower with a tombstone, kills off the courier. Zeerious is trying to kill off the tombstone. He finally does, starts trampling all over him, but he's super tanky. A Swedish does pick up a kill in exchange, but is ticking down to Maldic. Once again, Xalipur will go down, and as will Swedish, who does not have a TP. Yeah, Squelching with a lot of early lane pressure, despite only being level 2. You know, if he had 2 points in a decay, I think he would be much scarier. But yep, oh, Bird's gonna get cleaned up by GUBS as well in the top lane. So action really in all lanes at this point. Oh, a little fake out. That's the faker. The fake onslaught. Yeah, Radbara doing pretty nicely in terms of CS in the lanes, but they have given up an extra kill and actually might lose Bird as well. as to get on top of them. Both of these melee heroes. Level 3 on Ogre as well. He's got 2 points in the stun. Actually, there's a hell of a lot of burst damage to Thomse there. Should be able to get him nice and easily there. But the Ricky is a double kill or GUBS. So already that lane looking very much different to the last game as the bongos come out and the magic missile onto Paradox. Gonna take quite a bit of damage here for his troubles. Okay, that's 2 points in the tombstone now. To be fair, Primal may not be the worst hero against Undying just because you can onslaught away from the tombstone if need be. Got a way to get to safety. Yeah, 2 kills to the 5 though. In spite of that, they are winning on CS on Radbara, but lanes are looking pretty solid so far for GUBS Among Us. Ricky already got most of his diffusal blade coming out on the courier, and they're going to make a play through the teleporter. Seem to think that they can potentially dive the tower here. They may be wise to it though. Backed up very defensively under here. Despite that though, may just look to dive with the Ogre. He does have boots, and Inglorious is actually stuck between the wards and the trees. Pressing forward now, he's got no other option. As GUB has arrived along with the big old consumer, trying to kill him off on the back side of things. Inglorious is going to go down sweet as well though to that Maledict of Inglorious. Can they turn with a little bit more though? Thomse has come down here with Bird. They're expending a lot of spells. They've got to try and kill off this Ricky. They will find him in the end. Xalipur though has to be careful as they have come back into this. They'll skewer through him and get the exchange. And yeah, they'll probably just gate back up the top, I imagine. Oh, unless they want to try and make it go out onto Paradox, but not too much follow-up damage inside the Maledict. So instead it's going to be Inglorious getting very, very low here, and it's actually Vengeance TPing down here. Come back in to claim some of that farm. But yeah, Ricky back up to the top lane. He did die, but not the most, you know, not really the worst go they could have had. They got a couple of kills, and then he did die, but immediately just TP's back up top and claims most of his diffusal from the courier, which he's going to have very, very soon. As yeah, Swedish is getting to know what Maledict does this game. Inglorious 4-2-1 on his Witch Doctor already. This looks like a captain's draft game. Yeah, it's a pretty funny old game. This again, pretty much every carry in existence was banned out for this game, so that's why we see a Venge and a Ricky, I guess, securing the pos 1 spots. Intrigued to see what Squelching decides to go for this game on Undying. I feel like it's a somewhat flexible mid laner that you can kind of go a couple of different things. Like there's Echo Saber is the first thing that comes to mind, but definitely not the only option. Wisdom runes spawning now. Shaman's gonna get his. It's his side of the map. Inglorious, not gonna bother fighting Sweet this time around. He's just gonna be able to waddle up, get it for himself. So no contest for the wisdoms.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, TPing bot lane though on the primal he does. The ult available, so Inglorious, he might be the first one to suffer from it. The stun comes out from Xalipur, trying to hold him back though. Inglorious is going to get caught in spite of that though. And drop to zeerious, so A nice rotation from the Primal. Yep. A little bit more active than Squelchy, but he is, you know, he's top of the CS on the Undying. Making sure he gets plenty out this lane. Oh, they're wrapping in behind him though, and Veno is TPing on the mid lane. But yeah, they don't have the ult for 10 seconds, so they have enough damage though. He's popped his ult underneath his tower. Now he is going to go down, so that's a very big kill. The bongos are going to land twice onto Zeerious as well, so with the help of the Maldic, should be enough damage to kill him off. Sweet having to make a swift getaway as well. Keep it in here, but that kill onto Zeerious gifted Inglorious to level 6, and the Death Ward will clean up the battle. But other side of things though, Bagel is just down here, chilling with Magnus and the kill off Xalipur, so not too bad at all. Making sure to get something out of the extra rotation mid lane and down bottom. Shaman looks like he wants to go though. Underneath this tower, drops the Hex, does get the shackle off, but Ricky with level 6. It takes a few seconds to kick in though, so will get found in. Actually, as will Squelch in the mid lane. Back to back deaths for the Undying. Not what he will be wanting at this stage of the game.
Middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bagel's made some pretty successful rotations so far, it has to be said. Getting a lot done in this early game. Bird understanding that if he hung around for too much longer, he would have just been cleaned up by Zeerious, who, yeah, he's been pretty active as well in his Primal. He's done a really good job, I think. And he's gone for the phase boots and the windlace, so that's plenty of trample damage. And Sweet is pressuring mid tower with all these wards. GUB on the sidelines is going to jump onto Squelchy here. He's going to get a tombstone off in time, but in spite of that, it's just going to get clicked down. He's really not all that tanky on the Undying. Do get a kill onto Bagel though in the meantime. But yeah, not a great trade, and their mid tower is just continuing to be pressured by Swede. Invisorin, oh, they dropped the RB actually, and they catch both of them. Couple of quick kills for Zeerious. Super efficient on this Primal so far. Just all over the map, getting things done. It's going far better than the last game on the Shaker for him, so.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
See, Thomse is just trying to pressure this lane, get his farm. He's got a pipe queued up.
Dire's top tower is under
But they're keeping bottom. They feel as if they can fight this. Bongo out onto Zeerious. He immediately ults though, and actually cancels Witch Doctor's out with the edge of the radius there. So Zeerious though, in spite of that, is going to go down to that Maledict. Bagel Consumer with a big ignite coming out, but he is going to get swapped underneath the tower. Killed off as well, so yeah, Radbara guys, just very efficient around the map. You know, they had a bit of a rough phase there, but that was a pretty big fight for them. Like, you know, 2,000 gold swing in their favor from those few kills.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
There's the huge Serpent Ward. I think it's the first one of the game. Gonna be beating on this tower. And looks like they want to fight around it. Xalipur, he does have swap. GUB has arrived though on the sidelines, wants to look for something. Bird very low. Ricky's going to jump onto him, drops the Diffusal Blade and a quick kill onto the Shaman. They killed off the ward as well, so they're pressing forward now, trying to find a little bit more. Trying to do enough damage to Xalipur, but he is quite tanky here. Turns on to GUB, doing a lot of damage. Sweet has arrived, drops the ult, but the Glimmer Cape's actually already up for the Witch Doctor. And as a result, GUB is going to go down to Xalipur, but traded out in the end by Paradox. And an extra kill as well. Yeah, really ramping up the tempo this game. Right, maybe wrong, but was Paradox not in the last game? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, is Paradox like their main player? They had a stand-in last game. I'm guessing Paradox has come back, and that's why maybe Zeerious was forced off role. I'm just starting to piece that together now. You know, 20 minutes after the draft began. I don't think there was a Paradox in the last game. I could be absolutely out of my mind, but yeah, somebody can probably correct me if I'm wrong. So, blink up on the Magnus here. He's got RP as well. Maybe wanting to make a play. Smoke up. It's the Underlord who's down bottom. Going to barely dodge probably both of those scans. He's going to be right in the middle of the two of them. Oh, smoke breaks, however. Paradox, as he realized he's gone right. And he maybe didn't know he was on the left side. Thomse able to squeak out of there. Just to read that map movement again, very similar to last game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, Xalipur has been pinged out though. He's going to get slowed by that ward a little bit. See if his team can connect Zeerious. Looks like he wants to go here, but it is very deep. They dropped the ult as well. Xalipur really being forced out of here, but they're going to decide to not commit for that kill. He has a Desolator queued up. Holy, all the damage. Yeah, with that double blink timing on the mag and the primal, weren't able to grab a quick kill, so instead they're saying, alright, no worries, we'll just make them come to us. We'll take this tower. See if Bird wants to use that big snake, the second one. Could secure the bottom tower, or provide heavy pressure from mid, but actually they're going to make a jump out here onto Squelching. Are going to find him with the Primal Beast, trampling all over his head. They drop the Tombstone, and they kill him off in time. He's got the ult off as well, so he is pretty tanky, surviving through it. Paradox is coming from the backlines though. They've dropped the Death Ward, but it has been cancelled now, and they've lost their Undying along with Shaman as they press forward for more here, looking for Paradox, who turns onto Xalipur here. 3 for 1. Plenty of ignites to hold them back, so they can deal with those zombies. Yep, nice, nice fight, nice use of the blinks there. And they did use RP in the end. Yeah, wasn't sure if they had, but got the shard queued up on Witch Doctor. I think it's a pretty nice, a nice shard, to be honest. Keeps you out of harm's way. Obviously Ricky with the smoke screen can be pretty annoying though, if you're not able to get yourself out of that smoke screen. To get the Death Ward off, or rather, whatever it's called. The Voodoo Switcheroo, that's it. How could I forget? It's like they'll smoke up. Oh, 2 smokes popped. They want to go right away. Bird is not hanging around. He's trying to find something. Zeerious doesn't have blink quite yet. It's going to get rooted up here into the follow-up Hex. So they try and bring him down here, drop them out. They try to drop everything they can to kill him off in time. The team is not going to be there in time. So, a nice quick pick. This is what they kind of needed off the back of that fight beforehand.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So it's going to be first item ags being built for Xalipur. Should be a big power spike, but before then, Bird is manning up all alone here, but his team has finally come to back up. The Skewer out is going to pull everybody down to the low ground. Paradox gets a follow-up RP onto 2. The Trample should be, or rather the Onslaught comes in onto these 2 supports as well. The Pipe keeping him alive. I say support, Squelching is a very tanky mid Undying and is surviving through a lot, but is eventually going to go down. So it's a 1-4-3 in the end. But, you know, it was a 1-for-2. Squelching is back alive again. You know, he was never dead. Don't know what you're talking about. But that is the Ags completed for Xalipur, so he should be pretty happy to fight if need be. Yeah, the AoE abilities are plenty to deal with the waves coming in mid.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And yeah, Primal, he's got the BKB queued up. Very vital. I mean, the hero is basically unplayable without it. No. Benno. Stick a Limmer. Able to kind of walk up potentially to the high ground here, but oh, the magic missile not going to connect. So do they have a stun? Yes, they have plenty of them.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And oh, Paradox building the Ags. Love to see it. I'm an Ags enjoyer. Remember this thing used to be like a shard, right? Like it did, like Horn Toss was a shard at one point, I think. Back in like the TI 10 days or whatever it was. Collapse just like totally abused that. Don't think it's stunned. Or maybe it's stunned on like on landing impact or something like that. But yeah, pretty nice Ags. Which does stun, so yeah, very strong. So I think, see what Gaben thinks about this game, because I know what I think about this game. Yeah, I think GUBS are in a really good spot this game. I think they've been executing pretty well in the team fights. I think their team fights are easier to execute because they don't have to have everything land, you know, in a very orderly fashion. Yeah, I'm gonna get the shard as well. Oh, Ogre barely will survive.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Pretty interesting shard actually. If you dispel the Gale, you get stunned. Do they have any of these dispels, to be fair? I'm looking through here. I don't think they don't have any dispels yet. On Radbara, obviously Venge, more of a stat builder than a BKB builder. Could see one be picked up by Underlord, but he's going down the route of the route, you know, the rod and all that. Thomse goes for the TP out, should be able to get there. Speed has to be careful, those Squelching's on top of him, but as is zeerious, he's in. But Voodoo Switcheroo does keep alive Inglorious for now, who, oh, double RP as well. Follow up, plenty of damage. Pulverize finally comes in onto the 2 heroes. They are able to kill one of them off. Can they deal with Squelching though? This Tombstone is doing a lot of work in this fight. He'll finally die, but in spite of that, will take down Paradox with the zombie. Xalipur has the Ags, hasn't gone down yet actually. Won't have a stun ready to cancel that TP, but Gub feels as if he really needs to get out of this one. Goes down to the low ground, does get rooted up though. Thomse drops. The Firestorm is going to be enough. I think it was a 3 for 3 in the end. Bit of a split and hectic fight, but yeah. Nice plays from both sides, but I think killing off that Ricky and Magnus was arguably the better of the trade for Radbara. So yeah, we'll see what they build. I think, yeah, Lotus Orb on Ogre next time seems pretty nice for Bagel. He's got the Midas already, he's got the Aether Lens as well, so yeah, I think this is good. Oh, Bird just gets caught out once again by Zeerious, who has looked pretty good on his primal so far. He's made a lot of nice plays, a lot of nice jumps, and now it looks like they're hunting in the mid lane. Squelchy, Thomse, gonna get this tramply boy in on top of them. Does not have Pulverize yet, because that's down from the previous kill. Squelchy though, gonna get ulted up by the Venomancer. Liver Cape will keep him alive for now, but does not have ult, and now that GUBS arrived, plenty of damage to deal with that Undying, and they kill off Inglorious as well. So should just be able to walk away now. Xalipur, he thinks he's got other plans though. Thomse and Xalipur still want to fight. There's a kill off Swede. Zeerious decides he's just going to back out of that one. Doesn't want to get too aggressive into Xalipur with his Ags. It's actually, he's farmed very nicely on the bench. Not a hero that farms particularly quickly, but he's going to have the Hurricane Pike up pretty soon. So, yeah.
Fortune's changed. Haste.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty close game. Really could go either way.
Death's bounty.
All tier 1s have been taken in the game. And I don't know, I feel like the next fight may result in the first tier 2 or potentially the first Roshan. So it feels like it may be quite vital. But this primal, I think, is going to start to become a bit of a problem. It gets the Shiva's Guard. It's going to have a lot of damage amp. As for Ricky, get the Manta style queued up. Should be... There's not an awful lot that you can purge off, even if he purges off like the Underlord route. If he's inside that big circle, I think he just immediately gets root again. So... yeah, I think if I was him, I probably would have just gone like a BKB or something. Or just like a fully aggressive item. But he does already have like Death Slayer, so I guess he's not too worried about his damage. The line has been drawn. It's like they want to make a play here. Radiant scan, but it is on the Roshan pit. Obviously we're worried about that. And Thomse might be the one to break it here. Yeah, Zeerious, he's on the high ground. He can't get himself down. The skewer back is going to pull him into harm's way though. Surrounded up by 4 heroes. Quick kill onto Thomse. Yeah, he went down pretty quickly, despite the pipe. Plenty of damage. Mentioned in the draft you wanted a target to Bloodlust and to Empower. Ricky with this item build is going to do an absolute buttload of damage. With both of those amps. Zeerious now shoves in his mid lane. Feels pretty hard for Radbara, guys. You know, when they're S5 they are definitely strong. But in the loose game, they're prone to getting picked off, I think, by Ricky and supporting cast, as you can see here. Bird is going to get cleaned up by GUB. There's a lot of threats. There is a lot of threats. There's the Ricky, there's the Magnus being, you know, he's got the Ags Mag for his skewerbacks. And there's the Primal Beast who's just making plays all over the place. Going to find Squelchy underneath his tier 2 tower, but there's just nothing he can do. Never mind, he's still alive. He never died. I don't know why I said that before. You know, that's the Pike finished up in the Venge. I think they may have to make a proactive move of their own, because otherwise they're just going to get caught like this over and over again as they pull Thomse way out of position. They've killed off the Witch Doctor on the backside of things. Tries for the TPL, but Paradox is not messing around. Drops the RP. Quick kill there. And actually, Xalipur on the high ground here is manning up against GUB. Who's going to win this one? He does still have the Ags, and he is going to be able to kill off the Ricky and swap himself somewhat to safety. Will respawn immediately, try and get something done, but they're not arriving on the heroes quickly enough. Undying's in the bottom lane. So yeah, they'll lose the Venge as well. It's really hard to fight into this team.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They just don't have the damage to deal with these tanky heroes, and they don't have the survivability to get through that initial jump.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As a result, looks like they're going to be losing their middle tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Undying, he's almost got the Ags finished up. Will be pretty nice. Once he has that, just makes him quite a bit tankier. However, I feel like Undying as a hero in general, if you don't have a great start to the game, a good early game,
Tower is under attack.
then coming back into the game, you know, playing it from behind is quite difficult. But you kind of play on that tempo, keep the enemy team shut out of the map, you're playing around your tombstone and whatnot, but these heroes got plenty of tools to initiate with, blow somebody up, and get themselves out again. So Tombstone
Radiant's
not having as much impact as they would have desired. All the heroes have similar net worth. I mean, I think, yeah, a couple of minutes ago they did have very similar net worths. But it feels like they can do a lot more with less on GUBS Among Us.
Radiant are scanning.
It's like they're going to be waiting for the rush to make its way to the bottom pit. Thomse playing super defensively, hiding in the corner of the map. So yeah,
Are scanning.
it's all good though. There is a hero play. There is the Witch Doctor Ags being made. This is like the high ground Ags hold. If there's any hero that can do it, it's the Witch Doctor, and he is going to have it by the time they come to the high ground, certainly. So they're playing for the late game, absolutely. And they're going at Ags on Underlord as well, which I think is pretty nice. It gets an extra pit down in the fight.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Should be very, very helpful. All of the routes. I wonder if he'll go for Gleipnir. He maybe upgrade the
Radiant's
rod
top tower
to
is under
Gleipnir. I
attack.
think that increases like spell AoEs or something. Plus 75 AoE bonus, yeah. So yeah, I think that would be a pretty good item progression. In the meantime though, 4 heroes up here, just gonna bonk out this this Tormentor. Who is it gonna go to? It's the Bagel Consumer. Ah yes, as if they weren't tanky enough. Good old Fire Shield. And Mil Beno is just, you know, it's like whatever, my team's at the corner of the map, I'll just stand right in the middle of it. I don't feel threatened at all. Make it go out here potentially onto Inglorious. Glimmer Cape TP out. No messing around. Does not want to get caught out like that. Next objective on the list seems to be Roshan. With that shield rune should be very easy. Achievements complete as well for the Primal. Are they going to choose to smoke out here? Looks like they just want to take care of the triangle, do the de-warding and all of that.
Roshan has fallen to the dive.
Can't find me now.
Yeah, Ricky. Gonna have this first Aegis. See what they're able to do with it. But yeah, that is the Ags completed now on the Witch Doctor. If you can get that 15 talent as well, it would be very, very nice. I think both are pretty good, to be fair. The cask bounces or the Maledict AoE. Both are definitely very nice. But that's BKB on Magnus, BKB on Primal. So yeah, hard to bring down these bruisers as is, but with those BKBs it will be exceptionally difficult. So we'll see what they can do. But you know, Venge is always scaling, always scaling. I think it is a pretty strong carry with Iams anyway. So we'll see what they can do. The swap back is obviously very nice as well. And Underlord with his Ags does have the Gleipnir queued up as well. They're getting themselves sorted for a late game high ground hold basically. And I can respect that. Sometimes the game's just not going your way. You can't take the team fights that you want to. You just say, okay, fine, we won't fight. We'll just farm it up. Get our key items that we need to hold our high ground. But Ogre has actually just overtaken Venge. Midas definitely paying off for the Bagel. And how many Ags do we have in this game? Let's go Magnus. We're going 1 on Ogre. Let's say that's 2. Venel has 1. It's 3. Oh, there, never mind. We're gonna stop the count. Stop the count! We're smoking out of base. Okay, there's 7. There's 4 on the Radiant team. I kept counting. I will be honest. And Swede is going to barely avoid the 2 gigantic pits. Well, they're up nonetheless. The third one has been spawned as well. So they will clean up the Venel initially. Zeerious is not scared though, going straight in, but gets rooted up, caught on the edge of the pit there. Magnus, he's trying to weave his way through to help out this this Primal Beast, but he is caught between all of these heroes. Eventually going to go down. It's a double kill for Xalipur, so on the back side of things, so have lost their Shaman, but looking for a little bit more. Bagel Consumer is just going to get clicked down, however. The bongo's going back and forth and back and forth. It's a 3 for 1 in the end, and actually maybe looking for more here. Thomse has the dust, actually catches Ricky on the edge of it here. He does have the Aegis. This would be an absolutely huge kill if they can bring him down though. Mantis style popped, he's trying to look for it. The 3-man RP, Paradox comes in to try and turn the fight. He does have the lift as well, but it's not going to matter. Xalipur's going to live through it, somehow still alive. The shield from that swap, providing with all of the health that he needs, and now GUB does go down for the first time, so this could be the absolute turning point in this game. Rooted up again is GUB. Doesn't have very much to play with at all at this point. Is just going to tick down to the Maledict. Oh my goodness. A full team wipe, I believe, in the end. And Venge, who was 5th on net worth, has just skyrocketed to 1st. He was behind 4 dire heroes, and in the space of 1 team fight has gone straight to the top. Absolutely crazy. I mean, I thought that 3-man RP might have been enough to turn it. Maybe Ricky didn't have Empower at the time, which certainly would have made quite a big difference. But yeah, very impressive stuff from Radbara. They are down, or rather they were down, and they are certainly not out. Not yet anyway. Putting up a really nice fight there. Yeah, 4 Ags completed is just absolutely crazy. Yep, here we go. Ricky is still dead, so maybe they think they can make a play here. They've got an Observer Ward here. They're going to catch the Shaman initially with the Pulverize. Shoot out enough damage to finish him up. So, not the worst kill to bleed. I mean, Shaman at this point has about 200 GPM. So, you know, effectively anyway. So, yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about that death on Bird, to be fair. 30 more seconds they have to hold on. And they have a big, huge creep wave bottom. Pounding away on the tier 2 there. And pushing into an Underlord, ever since this hero was released, everybody knows is very, very difficult. Oh, he's just picked up a Gleipnir as well, so the spell's going to be even more annoying. Too much Thunder Death War projectiles proc Ogre Fire Shield charges. Probably not, because they're not hero attacks. Could be wrong, but probably not. 5-man smoke up. Look at this on and out. Let's see.
Radiant are
Find.
scanning.
They'll never see this coming.
Everyone's pretty split up though. May just look to take back their own triangle, perhaps. Nice and safely.
Radiant are scanning.
Unfortunately, not gonna connect with the smoke though. They were down bottom, gathering their farm, and Ricky almost has a butterfly. So certainly amplifies damage a lot and negate a fair amount of the Venge's damage as well. Better TPing back. Maybe think they can catch somebody just outside their base. And I do quite like this from Squelching, like, you know, he's the one to show on the mid wave. That's fine, I think. You know, he's got Ceaseless Dirge. So, even if he were to go down, which it would take a lot to actually bring him down in the first place, he's very tanky, he's got the Eternal Shroud now. You know, he'd spawn right up again, so... Let's see. Either team tries for an engagement. I mean, the early game was pretty non-stop fighting, and then it's gotten to the point, and Radbara are quite happy just to chill. Wait for them to come. And oh, Paradox. He's not hanging around though. They immediately drop the Underlord ult to try and root them up here, but they might just lose Xalipur for the first time here. BKB pops on zeerious. He charges in between all of these heroes. Swedish in from the side drops his ult, but they're trying to get as much done as they can on the Radiant, dropping their abilities. But the Venge Illusion is the only survivor so far, as they've lost their Underlord as well. Pushing back these heroes. Maybe trying to get a kill out of it. Let's see if they have anything to catch. There's no swap available. And actually blinks in on Xalipur, the 3-man RP as well to turn things around. In comes Ricky. He's going to try and deal all of this damage. He is going to be able to clean up just about everybody here. A 4 for 0 in the end. Undying will respawn with a Ceaseless Dirge. But now they're going to be looking to the high ground here. They may just be able to breach it there, and it all started with a skewer back. Yeah, it's going to be very hard for Squelching to hold this. They do glyph it up, but he's just going to get charged just in spite of that. They buy back on the Witch Doctor on the minicam.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They are just going to lose the Shaman. Yeah, this is very tough now. 10 seconds until they're up again on the Venge.
Under attack.
And 10 seconds as well for the Underlord. So,
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
are going to bleed a set of racks, but not the end of the world. Xalipur looks like he might go aggressive. Gets the root and the swap back onto speed. But they try and kill off this Venomancer. And on the back side of things, actually, bit of brawling as well. That one's pretty low and has to make some kind of getaway. Prime, we're going to have the Ags very shortly as well. But yeah, a couple of big RPs there, to be fair, in this game. Paradox coming in hot on his Magnus. Able to turn some of these engagements. Really, really nice stuff. Oh my goodness, it's 20 past 11. Jesus, so late. Shout out to everybody for sticking around. Shout out to the players for scheduling the game this late. Apparently it was meant to be played last week. So we're a little bit over. Into the Roche Pit though. Doesn't look as if Radbara would like to contest this one. So it should be pretty free. looks like GUBS is going to take this one for himself.
Has fallen to the dire.
Immortality.
That's the Satanic queued up, so it'll be a fair bit tankier. Octarine core completed on Magnus. Pretty big item. Primal went for the Ags. What am I missing here? Ogre has a consumed axe? 21. Let's look at the net worth. Ogre has the second highest net worth in the game. Holy Jesus. That's crazy. Yeah, got a consumed axe on the Ogre. Very huge. Very huge. Let's see, Venge. Got the Barfly queued up. We'll have it fairly soon. Might be up in time before they come for the high ground. They seem to be having mixed ideas about what they should be doing. I think they might be waiting on an extra hero or two to deal with this Tormentor. I'm guessing is going to go to Magnus. Or Ricky. This could actually be pretty big. Untargetable inside the smoke screen. Because, you know, there's Swap. There is a Glimmer Cape. Always Doctor as well. There's a Soul Rip for Undying. There's a few things that it can disrupt. So let's see, looks like they're going to go with this bottom wave. They're going to actually smoke ahead of it. That's GUBS. Continues to push it in. Might be looking for a quick pick off with Paradox on this Magnus again.
Dire are scanning. Dire are scanning.
Oh, I'm going to catch Squelching on the side of that scan.
The last sound you hear.
Oh, they spotted actually Xalipur, who's quite far out of the base here. But it doesn't have. There's not 5 heroes here to deal with Xalipur. Let's see if the Radiant can get there in time. They drop the ult finally from Underlord. Xalipur, 1 life down, tries to make the getaway. Also does have buyback. Thomse is coming in though. BKB up from zeerious. He's charging all over the place, keeping Thomse locked down, keeping him outside of his base, away from his team, who are currently dealing with Ricky, who they just killed for the first time. Venomancer's also gone down, and Thomse does eventually pay with his life, but it might actually have been somewhat worth it, as Ricky has gone down twice here. They do kill off Thomse, but yeah, killing off the Aegis and the Ricky. I would class that as a high ground hold. They're very much holding on this game, our Radbara guys, making it very, very tricky for GUBS. So yeah, I mean at this point I don't know who's gonna win. Who's Gavin got? Okay. Alright. Gavin is 90% sure. Dire will win this. I disagree with that. I don't think it is 90%. But yeah, we'll see how things play out. Yes, they are 32k net worth ahead, but if you are unable to take the buildings, then it doesn't really matter. So far, they've been pretty good on Radbara for stopping them from taking the buildings. Xalipur has just hit level 25, so cooldown on the ult is 12 seconds. Nice and low. Silly buyout for the butterfly. That's something I wonder. What would I do? I probably would not personally, but can also understand why you would want it, because it does make you a lot stronger. So even without the Aegis, but there's 30k net worth lead. Looks like they still want to hang around though. Paradox maybe looking to pinch somebody off of the high ground. Oh, swap back here on to Bagel, on his Ogre. Hexed up as well. Zeerious is in though on the sidelines. They're trying to kill off of this Undying. He should be able to clean him up here. They will get him. The Ogre has gone down as well. They've caught Underlord. He's getting killed off by the Pulverized, but is somewhat able to walk away from it. Does not have Ceaseless Dirge available on Undying. In fact, actually, it does pop now, but yep, they've killed off Ricky and again held that high ground. They're absolutely doing it here. Very impressive stuff. Gavin, what do you say to that, Gavin? Okay, he's given us 8 more percentage in the favor of Radiant. Let's see if Radbara guys can convert this into tower. And yeah, no buyback on Ricky as well, so he is dead for another minute. Hang on a minute though, they're TPing in with Primal. He does not have BKB, he has a shield rune, but this is so risky here, he's completely alone. Zeerious is going to get swapped back into the root, pops all of his abilities, but it won't matter. So, I mean, he just hands over 2,000 gold to Xalipur in his team. Gavin? 76% now. Oh my goodness, it's falling away. It is falling away. I mean, look at the net worth right now. It's Venge at the top, and then it's all 5 Dire heroes, and then it's everybody else. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this, ever. This is so strange. 1 hero at the top, and then 5 enemy heroes in a row. But honestly, this is an even game. Even with the racks down, I don't think that matters. They will push very quickly when Bird is alive with the big Serpent Ward. So they can easily take back a set of racks, no doubt. But yeah, this is the classic one more game before bed, and yes, I am keeping my voice down because I don't want to wake anybody up in the household. So yeah. Plus 25 on the sky. Queen's Gate deals DPS in an area. Oh, extra Pit of Malice root time. So instead of 1.8, it would be 2.2. That seems pretty good. See, Sweet is a bit alone. He's not gonna quite spot him on the ward, I think. I'm not sure. They pinged somebody out there. They are smoked heading up into their triangle. GUBS is just farming away here. Oh, it's actually going to be the Primal Beast caught in the river. The Shackles is going to land the swap back into it. Hits as well all over the place. They're committing quite a lot for Primal, who does get a BK off eventually. Tries to get himself out of there with the onslaught, but it's not going to be enough. And in from the sidelines now comes Bagel with his team. GUBS arriving, as is Venomancer, trying to kill off Venge. They land a big RP here to try and turn the fight, even without the Primal Beast, but in spite of that, they're gonna lose probably everybody here. The RP, the second RP comes out onto 4, but it doesn't matter, they just don't have the damage to deal with them. Ricky's gone down as well. Can they catch more though? Ogre battling against a couple of heroes there, it won't matter. And on the other side of things, Bird is not going to be able to catch Magnus. But now, only 2 buybacks up. They did use the ward in the creep wave, so they won't have that for going high ground. But it may not matter. Xalipur didn't even die once there. Oh my goodness. Our Radbara guys gonna come back into this game and take the victory. They've got to get a lane of ranks here. It's all they can get because the tier 2 towers in the outer lanes are currently still standing. Glyph comes out. Holds him back a little bit longer. Paradox, he can't go for this. He does not have enough damage on his own to deal with these heroes. So instead, they are just going to lose the middle set, and actually they're onto the tier 4s here. Xalipur thinks that they can go for it. It's still a long time before Ricky's going to be up. 30 seconds. I feel like they have to expend a buyback on at least the Ogre here. The glyph comes out and they begin to back off, forcing out that second glyph. It's going to feel pretty rough, but they do hold on to their chances of winning at least. All it would take was one good team fight from either team at this point. Let's have a look at buyback status. Everyone on Radiant is good to go. Ricky and Venel do not have theirs though. Need a little bit more gold. But I think those buybacks are going to be very, very crucial in the upcoming fight. And what was a 35k net worth lead is now a 10k net worth lead. This is how much they brought it back in. They brought the game back into it. And what was a 91% win probability is now a 54%. An absolutely huge swing in the last couple of engagements. Amp damage rune for Ricky. Level 25 amp damage rune. Straight into the Roche pit. There's a refresher and there's a cheese on it, but they're not going to give this one up for free. They've done it too many times before. They've decided this time we will take the fight to them. Bale Consumer standing aggressively, going to cancel the smoke, but the pit onto the backside of things, it is disrupting the Roshan, which is currently still 2/3 health. Bird on the backside gets the Hex on Magnus to keep him out of the team fight for now. They're pressing forward in the meantime, but no, the RP comes out onto 2, it's onto the bench and onto the Underlord. Can they kill them off? Those Xalipur up to the high ground, the secondary RP comes out as well, doing a lot to control these heroes, but it won't matter. They've lost Magnus and they've lost Ogre. They lose the Shaman themselves. Radbara, with not all of their heroes to play with, it won't matter though, they don't have the damage. Xalipur is godlike at this point. It's a 3 for 1, and don't even need Roche at this point. They're considering going in for it. Magnus does expend the buyback, but Roshan will head to the top pit, so they'll have a little bit longer before they can take that. And Ricky's hanging around here. Vision status. We have 3 sentries on the Witch Doctor, so it's Inglorious that Gub has to be careful of if he's to make a play around here. So just playing it safe. Don't want to go for the Roshan yet. And I don't think I showed the replay. I think I took one, didn't show it, so there we go. Enjoy. Yeah, level 28 on this Venge now though. Super strong. Super strong. But yeah, buyback expended on the Magnus though. That is very noteworthy because he's going to be key to them holding their own high ground. So yeah, we'll see what they can do, but nobody's gone for Roche yet. Played it super safe. They waited on Shaman respawning. Smoking up actually. Not interested in Roche apparently. They just want to bring them the fight. And they land a scan immediately onto Primal, but they've smoked up themselves. Going for their own play. Gonna swap positions at this point. X completed on Thomse as well. Super tanky. See what they can do. Oh, they dropped the Venal ward, so they know they're there because it's attacking the sentry. They'll see that dying. Bird. Wrapping in behind here. What can they see? What can they catch? It's going to be sweet. Initially starts with the Hex. I'm not sure how much he can get off here. Paradox is beat up against the RP onto 3. He's going to skewer them up toward his team. He's going to get the secondary RP as well onto everybody here. Ricky's got to get in there and deal the damage here because that is what his team needs at this point. The follow-up stun as well from Paradox, keeping everybody controlled up inside a smoke cloud now. They've killed off Venge for the first time and the Witch Doctor, but they've lost Venal, who has bought back. Gub though, going to get clicked down, has buyback now, but now Venge living through it, not quite, is going to go down. Might expend the buyback to come back into this one as Squelching is still manning up against everybody here. Shackle onto Primal Beast to keep him out of the fight. for as long as possible. Underlord getting ticked down here by all of these spells. They're just burning him down, but so is the Primal. It's a buyback from Venge. Oh my goodness. They're going pretty much all in at this point for that team fight. It felt like the key one for this game. Few buybacks still available. Looks like they're going to press it into high ground. They do have Glyph available now though. Sweet has to be very careful. Bought back earlier in that team fight. If he gets swapped back here, he's as good as dead. Gonna need his team to be respawning shortly, but there's gonna be no Magnus, most importantly. Underlord. Oh, swap back. Magic Missile is gonna miss somewhat, and Witch Doctor actually needs to be careful here. He's got the E-Blade to keep himself alive for now, but the trample in on top of him. Voodoo's switcheroo extending his life, but it was gonna be a dieback on the Doctor. 2 minutes without him, and he might look for more here. Undying is gonna get out. Primal not able to see him quite in time. And Hazerin though, this is a bit of a gift from Gaben. Can he find Xalipur? Because this would be a dieback. Hang on a minute, if his team can connect here. Xalipur gonna get summed up by the Pulverize. This is a key moment in this game. Don't you kid yourself. Xalipur trying to get himself out of this one, turning away, but the BKB gets popped before the Hex can arrive. So now Xalipur on 200 health forces himself back the way. It's broken up, has the Satanic, isn't going to pop it. Oh my goodness, he's somehow living. He's somehow living on the bench. He has popped up the Satanic. Now manning up against these heroes is the Ricky, who might go down instead. Xalipur is healed up to half HP. They've bought back on Underlord and the Shaman, and they're going to kill him. It's a triple dieback for GUBS. Oh my goodness, that could just be the game now. That could be the game now. As they will run it down mid. They don't have a creep wave yet though. In fact, wait. They have a singular melee creep. That may just be all that they need. They need this creep, and they of course do need to be very worried about Paradox on his Magnus. This game is not won yet. Xalipur gonna start clicking these tier 4s down, even through the initial backdoor there. Paradox, he's got to go soon. The final glyph comes out. Bagel doing what he can. Try and slow down this Boots the stuns out. A couple of stuns. Paradox gets the skewer back. The BKB pops as well. He's going to have to pop the refresher off if he wants to get him back. He gets the RP off, but the Hex is going to disrupt the combo. Is he going to get Xalipur help? No, he swaps Bagel back, so he can't get the skewer into the Fountain Magnus. He's got BKB. He's got to go in here. He's got RP to play with. He's going to skewer off to the side. He's going to catch the RP, but now he won't be able to get him into the Fountain. The base is falling. The base is falling, and as is Paradox, Xalipur will clean him up as well. 21, 10, and 21. 51 kills to 54 at 61 minutes. And finally, Radbara guys make it a 2-0, but oh my goodness, 91% win probability in favor of GUBS. And they just could not secure the game. Absolutely crazy from Radbara guys. Crazy high ground defense. Unbelievable. Very, very well played. Deserved victors in this game. They were really up against it. And yeah, they get the job done. So fair play to them. Fair play to them indeed. Really nice stuff. I mean, there were the points in this game. Just look at the net. Look at his net worth. Like, what is this? Bench at the top, 5 heroes below her. Gets shuffled back down. Then it happens again. 5 heroes below her. I mean, it's just, it was an absolute roller coaster of a game. An absolute roller coaster. GG's to both sides. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. And yeah, just epic. Epic from both sides. Shout out to Paradox. I think he played amazingly well on the Magnus. Trying to set up for his team as best as he could. But so often was disrupted, and as was the Primal by the Shaman. Yeah, Bird was definitely a huge nuisance. So yeah, caused all kinds of problems, but in the end, Venge Pause won late game. Too much to handle, unfortunately. couldn't deal with it. And yeah, some really nice Dota from both sides. So yeah, Mid Undying. Maybe we'll see more of it. I did enjoy watching it, seeing how it got on, but Squelchy, I think he would admit, was not his best performance. To be fair, I think his Quap in game 1 was a bit more convincing. But yeah, very nice stuff. I'm hopefully going to get the highlights working just now, so I'll run them and then I'll be going to bed. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. If you do want to watch the highlights, then stick around and hopefully they work, basically.
Never gonna take back someday, and we will find our own way. Take control of our fate, and like a car with no brakes, crash and burn, make mistakes, and we'll be back one day. We'll be back one day. We'll be back one day. When nightmares turn to real life and the ground's filled up with landmines, we will face it standing side by side.